What's going on, YouTube? I'm Will Morin, and this is my Star Wars The Force Awakens review with spoilers. This review has as many spoilers as there are characters in the Star Wars Expanded Universe, or were characters in the Star Wars Expanded Universe. So if you haven't seen the movie, get the hell out of here. I don't want you here. Now, I'm a lifelong Star Wars fan, but I was not one of those people when this movie was announced who was just worried it was gonna suck, like super pessimistic. I was always kind of optimistic and confident about this film, and I'm glad I was, because I was right, as always. The main complaint with this movie is that it's just a copy of Episode 4. A lot of the same events happen in the same order as Episode 4, but Episode 4 was just basically a mashup of all these different scenes from movies that Lucas liked originally, so it's kind of like the pot calling the kettle black. At least I think so. Everyone's talking about how the movies are the same, no one's talking about how they're different. Like, yes, the Millennium Falcon was tractor beamed in both movies, but Han never lost his ship in the original trilogy. Honestly, I just think people are just thinking of wanting something to complain about. Now, I never liked Luke Skywalker, and I feel like Rey is what I always wanted Luke Skywalker to be. She can fight, she doesn't complain. It's just my dream come true. Same goes for Finn even. Like, Finn is supposed to be kind of like the new Han Solo, but if you watch those original movies, Han Solo did complain a lot. Like, everyone says Luke was whiny, Anakin was whiny. Han had a little bit of whininess in him in those original movies. One thing I really wish happens in Episode 8 and 9 is that Finn stops seeing Rey as this kind of like helpless person, because it seems like in this movie he keeps trying to think, oh, she's the woman, I need to save her, and then she ends up saving herself. So my prediction, but also my hope, is that as the movie goes on, they start kind of working together instead of him assuming he has to work for her. I really didn't like Kylo Ren, man. I didn't like him before the movie came out, and I didn't like him in the movie. It just kind of felt like Adam Driver wandered onto the Star Wars set, and they gave him a cool costume, like, hey, you're the new Sith guy, go. And it's kind of annoying for me, because they're trying to make Kylo Ren, like, the big, like, Darth Vader type guy, so when you go into Kohl's or Target, all of the Force Awakens merchandise is Kylo Ren. So I have very little Force Awakens merchandise, even though I like the movie, because it's all Kylo Ren. So that's one area of marketing with the movie that I feel like they're really lacking on right now. I do wish we saw more lightsaber fighting, both when it came to Finn and Rey, but I like how Finn ended up using the lightsaber even though he isn't a Jedi, just because it was the closest weapon to him. That's kind of something I feel like George Lucas would have been like, no, 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 only Jedi can use lightsabers, I have the power. But now, with Abrams behind the wheel, it's just like, yeah, the lightsaber was right next to him. He picks it up, fight. It's just logic. So someone told me Han Solo was gonna die, but I don't really care, because he didn't really do anything the whole movie. So it wasn't like the whole emotions built up, and then I was just like, it was just whatever. Honestly, Han Solo was literally there to tell Finn he was stupid and say weird senile old man things. Like when... Second was when they were on Starkiller Base. You know the line I'm talking about. The second was when they were on Starkiller Base. You know the line I'm talking about, when he and Finn they crash down to the Millennium Falcon. Finn finally reveals to Han that he doesn't have a plan, and he's like, it's okay, we don't need a plan, we'll use the Force. And then Han's just like, that's not how the Force works. That was probably my favorite line of the whole friggin' movie. They actually did a really good job with both Maz and Chewie in this movie, because Chewie was kind of like this little fluffy ball of cuteness, even though he was still 8 feet tall. He didn't really have a lot of like tough guy moments. He was kind of more soft. And then Maz is over here just like a total badass. Not so much with like the kicking ass aspect as much as just being a badass. So my prediction is that in episodes 8 or 9, we're going to see Chewie and Maz interact, and Chewie be a little intimidated by Maz and her badassery. Poe Dameron was awesome, and I'm so sad he was in the movie for 3.5 minutes, and we didn't get to see more of him and Finn, because that's probably going to be the bromance of the century. the bromance of the 2000 to 2100 movies of life is going to be Finn and Poe. I just know, like, either by the end of this set of this trilogy, they're either going to become best friends or end up dating. I'm not sure which one, and I'm cool with either. Now, as I said, I don't really like Luke Skywalker, so I was cool with him being in the movie for just like 30 seconds before it cut to black. But what I really hope is in the 8 and 9 movies, they don't try to kind of put him in more than he really needs to. Like, this is a Finn, Rey, and Poe movie series. It's not Luke Skywalker Part 2. So I really hope he kind of has an Obi-Wan role where he's got a couple scenes in each movie, but it's really, they don't try to, like, let him shine again, because his time is over. He's a little too old for that stuff. Hope you enjoyed that review. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Twitter at Radio Rapwill. And thank you so much. Leave a comment what you thought of the movie, or just some kind of cool recipe, some baking recipe. I'm looking to up my baking, but probably more about the movie would make more sense. I'm Will Morin, and thank you for watching.